All right, we're about to dive into something so common, so everyday. You've probably already done it today without even thinking about it. But what's really cool is that hidden inside this little ritual is a fascinating blueprint for how we, as humans, actually connect with each other.
So, our whole explainer today, it all comes down to breaking down this one super simple line. This is it. This is our source material. Ordering drinks plus casual talk. On the surface, that's the whole shebang.
But come on, is it really that simple? What is actually going on underneath this quick little exchange? Okay, let's get into it, because this tiny moment is basically a masterclass in social dynamics.
So first up, we're going to start with an idea that might actually surprise you. The fact that this whole interaction follows a kind of hidden, unwritten script.
I mean, think about it. Getting on an elevator, saying hi to a coworker, even just buying groceries. We just instinctively know the rules, right? We know when it's our turn to talk, we know the expected lines. And the coffee shop. It's the perfect example of one of these social scripts that we all perform like perfectly, usually without even realizing we're acting out a part.
All right, let's break this down. We'll start with the first part of our source text, ordering drinks. This is the get down to business, purely functional part of the script.
So, this part of the conversation uses something called transactional language. And really, it's all about one thing, the exchange. It's the language of getting things done. Its only goal is efficiency.
And look at this. It's so predictable, isn't it? It almost always goes in this exact order. You've got the greeting, then the request, maybe a little back and forth for clarification, and then bam, confirmation and payment. It's like this little dance we all know the steps to, and it's all designed for speed and accuracy.
So the main thing to get here is that this first half of the dialogue isn't about making friends, it's about getting coffee. It's just a super optimized system for exchanging money for a product. But, and this is the important part, that's not where the story ends. Okay, now for the fun part, the second half, the plus casual talk. This is where the interaction takes a really fascinating turn, pivoting away from the task and toward connection. Right? Think about that moment. The payment's done, maybe you're waiting for your drink to be made, and then something shifts. The script kind of opens up. We move from just doing business to something a little more, human.
And that shift means we start using a totally different kind of language. We call it relational language. And unlike that transactional stuff, this is not about speed. Nope. The goal here is completely different. It's connection. It's about acknowledging the person, not just the service they're providing.
This is such a great way to see it side by side. On the left, you've got transactional talk. The goal, get coffee. The focus, the task. It's direct, like large black coffee. But then on the right, relational talk. The goal is to build a connection. The focus is on the person. Crazy weather today, huh? And the wildest part is, we jump between these two modes seamlessly, without even thinking about it. So why do we do this? Why even bother with the small talk? Well, it's not just filler noise. It actually does some really important work. It's how we say, hey, I see you, you're a person. It builds these tiny little moments of community. It just smooths everything out and turns what could be a cold service into a positive human interaction. And all of this brings us to the big picture. When you put the two parts together, the transaction and the connection, you start to see what this whole daily ritual is really all about.
You know, getting the coffee is often just the excuse for the interaction. It's not always the real reason we're there. The coffee gets you in the door, for sure. But that relational need, that quiet desire for just a small, positive human moment, that is often the much, much bigger piece of the pie.
So what this all boils down to is that the coffee shop dialogue isn't just a transaction at all. It's a modern-day ritual of connection. It's a super easy, low-stakes, and reliable way to feel part of a community, even if it's just for a minute. Okay, so let's do a super quick recap. 1. Our daily lives are guided by these hidden scripts. 2. We're all basically bilingual, fluent in the language of getting stuff done and the language of connecting with people. 3. These boring, mundane routines are actually vital for building community. And finally, 4. Ordering a coffee is actually a pretty complex social performance. At the end of the day, this simple little moment, repeated millions of times a day in cafes all over the world, is a perfect microcosm of how we build society. It's part transaction, part connection. It's how we weave the social fabric one coffee at a time. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Now that you can see the script in the coffee shop, what other daily scripts are you following without even realizing it?